All right. Welcome back, everybody.
We're back.
Today is not going to be a very long day.
And you're black.
And it's not washing off.
No matter how hard we try. That shit's still staying.
But
Okay.
Do we want to try to wash it off?
Apparently he was at some point in time.
Carries benefits.
Oh, how so?
Well, the malignant of your skin repels the rays of the sun, the UV rays of the
Okay, well, shit.
and you're that much prone to,
That's a plus.
extrapolate more vitamin D.
All
than
right,
most.
you just...
That's a plus right there.
No. My head's not having any of this. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Today we are going to...
There's Cressy.
There's Cressy. We're going to be on for maybe an hour or so. And,
Cressy, is that you in the picture?
yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
him. It's him.
Obviously, yeah. Oh, I'm mono. Hang on.
It's him
Oh, there
doing
we
a
go.
handstand, showing his package.
He said, obviously.
Yeah, obviously not. That's what I was going to say.
There you go.
You've got to complete the sentence, haven't you? You're not very well, then.
Obviously not you.
Yeah, she left out of the house to go pick her daughter up from work, and it's been super cold out, and the ground has been iced over every morning.
Oh, it's been out throughout the whole day. It's been,
It's just
frozen.
been icy,
Yeah.
and as careful as she was, she still somehow managed to
Yeah.
slip.
I wasn't wearing the appropriate shoes.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah.
She slipped, went straight on her butt, then her head bounced off the concrete like a ball.
Yeah.
Guess what your favourite song is at the moment?
Say that again, Cressy.
Guess what your favourite song is at the moment?
What?
Ice, Ice, Baby.
I was hoping our camera from our studio, because we have a camera on the studio facing the house, and
It didn't pick it up. I checked.
I know.
And
it
the
was-
raccoon can.
Yeah, the raccoon camera.
Yeah, but I was before that. I was
Oh,
along, like
right, the
right when you
door.
walk out, right where our garbage container thing is.
That's where I slipped.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
It's the slickest spot too.
Because there's no sun that hits it. There's no warmth that hits the area, and the gutter is constantly dripping water.
Right.
So it collects water and then it freezes over. And literally, I saw the dry spot, put one foot on the dry spot, and then the next foot, I thought I was putting on a dry spot. Apparently, it wasn't a dry spot. And then that's my right leg. So that's the leg that completely gave out. I completely didn't fall on like my tailbone, but fell like on my back. So it fell on my back, and then my head hit the concrete and it bounced.
Ow.
Like I literally, it hit twice.
Yeah.
I felt it bounce like a fucking basketball.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Damn
probably
it.
better you fell on your back and not your tailbone.
And not the tailbone, not the
Yes.
coccyx,
Yeah,
coccyx
'cause
area.
That's the
Yeah.
most fragile bone.
Yeah.
And
That
you break
one,
that,
you
it takes time to
and you
heal.
can easily break that
Yep.
one easily. So I landed on my back, not the tailbone. So yeah, that's probably one good thing of it. And then I have a huge knot on my head, huge, and then instantly had a massive headache.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep you up for a few hours.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm gonna run you through concussion protocols.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good thing you used to be a EMT.
Yeah.
You didn't whinge yourself then?
Huh?
No, she
You-
didn't. You didn't win yourself.
No,
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 When
no,
I
no.
flew over last year, it was on black ice. You didn't know his ice. I just went completely arse over tit, landed on my back, and couldn't breathe.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked all the air out
All
of it.
wind out of me.
Yeah.
Luckily it wasn't that, because literally it was, I kind of cocooned myself before I landed, but it was such the force of the slip was so great that I
Yeah.
couldn't avoid hitting the head on the ground.
That's why I asked if she was wearing a beanie, because that's like some kind of
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, it was literally head
Cushion.
on head
yeah.
or head on ground.
Smart ass fucking panda. Well, I'm free,
You know,
free falling.
that'd be me. That's,
Tom Petty going on there.
Yeah, yeah, but I got lightheaded, and I still feel like I'm lightheaded, and just have that massive headache. That just headache won't go away.
Yeah.
No,
Is the daughter off work tomorrow?
no, she has to go to work tomorrow.
And what time is she going?
I think 9:30 or 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So today is going to be a huge update as to how the channel is going to go through a lot of changes.
Apparently, I'm responsible for Kenty Poo's schedule.
Kenty Poos.
Yeah,
Kenty Poo's
you're my Jiminy Cricket
Yeah.
from now on in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remind you of everything that you must do.
Yeah, you write out my schedule every morning.
He completely completely forgot what he needed to do today or tomorrow.
Everything.
So
Yeah.
you know, fix fucking machine that's around you that people can't figure out what's wrong with it,
Yeah.
and then go figure out what's wrong with Karen,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about riding either Karen or the hog.
Yeah, because I got it all back to front, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah. Fix the hog, ride Karen, and then something else.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll take care of you.
The thing is, it took 2 hours on Google to find the fucking place.
Oh jeez,
Find what place?
the place.
The horse rescue centre.
Which
you guys were talking about
Yeah.
that. This
Yeah.
guy right here.
Kent messaged me this morning,
It's
and he said, he said
hilarious.
that horse rescue place. Hang on, I'm gonna read this. Hang on.
I'm like, when he asked me this morning, I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking rescue we work for. What why? Why are you asking?
Yeah, because he's there going, oh no, never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I'm going, where the hell is this coming from then?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And I'm like, babe, it's the rescue. We posted it.
So Kent says, Kent. I mean, when he messaged me, he doesn't realize how early it is for us.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
Oh, I
classic.
do.
Classic Kent.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
He says.
He said, got a question for you, you fruit bat. Do you know
Appropriate.
anything? Do you know anything about Shadaroba?
Yeah, it's Shabar. I forgot how she pronounces it.
Okay.
It's a mouthful either way.
It is.
Yeah.
Horse rescue at all. Does it ring any bells? And I go, just waking up. I go, not
No.
really, no.
No. I'm
Well, I
like,
go, why?
oh,
What's up, Buttercup?
for fuck's
Then he
sakes.
goes, I appear to have donated 200 to them somehow, LOL. But it came out of the account in installments. It's odd, right? It's the next state over from you, I believe. So I'm already like, the next state?
Yeah.
I really don't know this place.
Yeah.
Right,
if it's the
right.
next state
State
over.
over.
I'm like, for fuck's. So
And I go, and then I go, wait, this is after I asked Marilyn. Then I go, wait, yes, Kent, that's our rescue. Then I put, I just know her as Michelle. I'm a twat.
I'm like, don't you remember when we posted the link? And I'm like, and Kent said that he donated. I was like, oh my God, Kent, you didn't have to do all of that. And I think Kent said like, oh, it's animals. Like, I have to do all of that. And I'm
Shut
like, well,
up.
fucking bless you for that. I'm like, babe. He's like, oh, you didn't tell me that. I'm like, I told everybody that. It was on the live.
I didn't even know the name of the damn rescue.
I didn't know it. I thought it was Michelle who had the ducks in her house.
See, the thing that threw me is I made the donation, and I thought it was like boom, there you go, donation.
Oh, right.
But
right.
no, for some reason, I've set the amount, and they're taking
A little
22
bits
quid a month.
Here. Oh, gotcha.
And the reason it showed up this morning, I was buying a backlight for an SY77, and I had go to the place that I normally go to get backlights and stuff like that, which is in
Yeah, that place.
That place in
Yep.
the States somewhere.
Yep.
And then I saw the first of what your great orange leader is doing, because the postage is now more expensive than the backlight.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So that's all going good. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh look, you got fireworks now because you did that.
Yay! Yeah, because I did that. Yeah. And
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
so I thought, oh, okay, cool. But it came to about, I think, 50 odd quid or whatever it was, and I go, right, buy now. And normally everything's set up in the eBay and it just goes through. But no, red banner comes up, insufficient funds.
Oh
You're
shit!
like, what the fuck?
What's that out? So I go to my bank app and I go, I got -2 quid in it. Going,
You're like,
oh,
why? You're like,
actually,
what the fuck is
where's the
this
300
shawarma?
quid that was in there?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Last payment of the M8X had gone out this morning, and a couple of other silly little bits and blah 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 blah, and this FC S.O.R. Shannon
Yeah.
dot something or other, and I'm going, what's that all about, and everything like that, and it's going out. I'm going, what the hell is this? And it was the last thing. It was the last transaction that had just gone through, and it just pushed me into the red.
You're like, what the fuck?
I'm going,
I don't need to save horses.
did I get scammed at some point? I'm not aware of, and all this sort of thing. 2 hours.
You
I was
live
there
very
trying to-
close to the edge, don't you?
Yeah, he
Don't you?
does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no, honestly, I always have, and I've been told off. So, I mean, Robbie gave me quite a bollocking this afternoon, actually, about, he says, what sort of savings have you got? I went, savings?
Yeah.
Cushion? What were you talking about?
Yeah,
What's
the
in the bank
sofa is your
is what I have
savings,
in the
mate.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this morning, I was worth -£2.
Thanks to the fucking horses.
Yeah.
Jesus, can't.
Oh
Well,
my
I did.
God.
No, I did some work this morning. I had to repair a Insonic ASR 10. Fucking hell! Would you sign that? Most synthesizers, samplers, whatever, will have maybe 2 or maybe 4 voltage regulators in them. Right, it's kind of standard. Anything from like a Jupiter 8 has 3, a Prophet 5 has 4. Yeah, a Prodigy has 2, so forth and so forth. That will have maybe 3, maybe 4 in it, because there's also digital boards to consider. Same for the Hydra. The CS80 has 4. The ASR 10 has 13
Damn.
Wow.
What?
and 9 fuses. like-
Wow.
They couldn't have designed this in a more sort of like, look, you go and work on that bit. You go and work on that bit. And go, oh, you put a voltage regulator in it as well. I go, oh, okay. All right, so we'll just have a row of them, and then just to make things easy for everybody, we'll pot rivet them in. We won't bolt them in, we'll pot rivet them in.
Is that
So if you-
anything like what Dyson was playing today? That big ass modular command center?
Oh, that was a VST.
Oh.
No, was it? Did you see what he was playing today, Kent? By any chance, did you see what?
No, I
Dyson
didn't. No, I didn't.
Does anybody in the chat know what Dyson was playing today? That big fucking
Yeah.
motherboard of a.
Yeah, that was a VST.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, even a massive modular like
No fuses on that.
an ARC 2500 will
Yeah.
have 3, maybe 4 voltage regulators in it.
They're saying it was a Chroma or a Matrix Brute. Hap Biscuit is saying. You know what that is, Kent? A Chroma.
Matrix Brute, yeah.
Mm.
So it's the monophonic version of that kind of the PV12 type thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you. Yeah. Well, even that will have 3, maybe 4 voltage regulators in it.
Oh, so nowhere
But
near
this
what you're talking
fucking
about.
box
Yeah.
had 13.
Holy
I mean,
Damn.
got it working, but fucking hell. So
The Matrix Brute. He was playing the Matrix Brute today.
Yeah, it's a big old girl with that big
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
multi-button
huge.
display. Yeah,
Right. Yes.
that's the thing that sits just behind Robbie.
Who's Robbie?
Priscilla.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit my head today. I apologize.
Yeah, she's suffering from a
I-
concussion.
You better not damage my memory, girl. You look after that, right?
No,
you look
I
after
got
my
you.
head. My life depends on it.
Apparently, me hitting my head has solidified your memory.
Oh, God.
So you're good. And apparently, I have forgotten who Robin is.
Oh, that's all right.
So that's fine. It's
That was
the
a good
important-
interview with Andrew yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
I learned things he hadn't even told me.
See?
Yeah.
We've accomplished our goal.
Yeah, but that's what you guys are good at doing is you ask the question.
And it's
Yeah.
well, it's up to the interviewee
Yeah.
to answer said question.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
So-
we probe
Which I know Kent
better
is.
than NASA does.
Kent's coming up next. Kent, are you ready for your
You
interview, Kent?
don't want to hear about me.
Oh, here we go.
God's sake.
Next week is Recon.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That is going to be a fun.
That is going to be
interview
phenomenal.
Yeah.
because he leads such an interesting life. I know small details that I won't say about him, but he's such an interesting person.
Yep. Yeah. Reconsidering Sketchpad is next week.
But I went back and I watched that video with Longhurst, and I had the hair that he was rocking.
Did you?
Oh,
I sent you a
yeah.
screenshot.
Yeah, that
of
the
it.
hair
I was
Yeah.
surprised.
his
I was
mullet.
surprised that he mentioned that because when he pointed it out to me and Rob, and he goes, "I'm in the Womack and Womack video." Now I remember the Womack and Womack video to that song, and I went,
Whoa, man.
"No, no."
No,
it can't.
that's not
So
you.
I call up the video again. Oh, it is him, isn't it?
It is.
It's just the dimples were much
And we just
deeper
took the
back
piss
then.
out of his hair for like 6 months.
He looked like a
So he doesn't
proper
mention
twat.
it normally.
He looked like a real proper twat.
Yeah,
you
you
know
did.
that?
And his head is still big.
That-
Yeah.
That's who Cressy should have had in his video.
Oh,
Finding work
yeah,
is
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah. Trying
Yeah.
to find some work.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
those big ass dimples, they were like,
Cool.
Big bushy ass hair.
Yeah.
It was
The
twat hair.
last time I saw a head like that, it was cleaning out an oil tanker.
Yeah, God.
there you go.
Jesus Christ, Kent.
He had
That's a
roadkill
lot of
on
hair,
top
man.
of his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because like during the interview, everybody who was in our chat, who's in our Discord, was like screenshotting the video
Yeah.
of all where Andrew was in. I'm like, oh my
my
god, I just have
God.
screenshots of Andrew everywhere.
Shit.
It
So
was
is that a
Mate.
dead animal on your head and why are you wearing it?
Yeah. Jesus.
And that huge smile just made those dip like you can
Yeah.
fit a whole finger in that dimple.
Damn
Like, that's
Longhurst.
crazy. Yeah.
right?
But he's such an amazing guy. And he has a really, really great story. And I loved his parents' story.
Yeah.
Like that was such an amazing
Fascinating.
story
And
in
he
its,
drew
in its own right.
He drew a pretty picture.
Yeah,
on
he did.
what the scene was like, and having all those different entities at one house partying together, and what the music was like, and what is.
Well, he got.
Yeah.
I mean, how privileged was he to go down and see Zeppelin before they were big?
Right.
Like what that must felt like.
Yeah.
You know, watching bands like that come in and out of this place, and you're just in awe of like, oh my God, these guys sound really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's in a video. My claims to fames are normally I'm sitting in the front room and there'll be a band on or something like that, and I go, Fiona, I restored that since. That's about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, to me, that's glorious, sir.
It's the little people that make it important.
I find that more interesting than the
Yes.
artist. There's
Yeah.
the person that's repairing the shit.
Yep. Who's behind that
Yeah,
piece
who's
of
behind it?
machinery to make
Thing
it?
is, even Richard said to me once, he goes, when you write a book about the dealings that you've had, because there are musicians out there who wouldn't know one end of a synth from another if it fell out of a bloody tree on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're synth artists,
Yeah.
but they don't really know much about the gear they use.
Oh, I bet. You ever have a Nord?
Well,
come
you're
your-
looking at one right now, Kent.
Right. You ever have a Nord come your way, Kent?
Oh God, all the time.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Yeah, all the time.
I thought those things were built like tanks.
Oh no, they always come in for the same kind of thing. Somebody's managed to snap one of the pots off, snap the shaft off the pot, or the display's packed up, or something along those lines. But generally, they're quite a well-built machine.
Yeah.
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 You do get
so-
machines coming with kind of always the same kind of problems. Like, a guy will phone me up and he'll say, I've got an original Mark 1 white-faced Odyssey. And I go, yeah. I said, one of the VCOs has gone, isn't it? He goes, yeah, how'd you know? Because VCO 2 always goes.
Yeah. How about Moog? Is Moog in and out of the shops a lot?
Oh, God, all the time. All the time.
Fuck.
Loads. Do you know what?
That doesn't give me any fucking confidence.
I'm
no. But the thing is, they come in just to be restored and brought back to new again.
Not because they're broken.
No, not because they're broken.
Right.
You know, the pods have become scratchy. The rubbers on the keyboard rubbers have worn out, so everything's clanky.
I'm curious, Kent. What brand or what piece of machinery do you have you seen come into you to get fixed that you're like, holy shit, I've never seen this before. This is a rarity.
Well, to be honest with you, when I started doing this, that would be nearly every machine. And it's just over a period. Eventually, you will get a machine coming. Like a Crewmar Spirit will come in. You haven't seen a Crewmar Spirit before.
It is interview stuff, I know, but I was just so intrigued about like which one. Yeah. Which one?
I wanted to know too. I'm like waiting for the answer.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said to people before. I said, you think there's a machine that you think, oh, I'll never see one of them come in. You know, like a Sinclavier, right? An original Sinclavier. I'm not going to see one of them come in. And then what's his name's? Oh, what's his fucking name? Noel Gallagher has a Sinclavier. I doubt he knows how to use it. He'd probably get somebody in to do it. No, seriously. But he has a Sinclavier because he's got the money to buy a Sinclavier. So he buys a Sinclavier. And that came in. He said it's not working. So I set it all up in the front room and spent 3 days absolutely killing myself with joy at playing this thing. It's beautiful, beautiful machine. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. So I had to show him how to use it.
Damn.
Wow.
And he, and his mate with him, assistant or whatever, like hand job assistant, whatever it was, is writing down everything I'm saying, so you could work out how to turn it on and make it work.
Jeez.
Tell me you got paid for this still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When multi-millionaires come in, they pay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But when Joe Blogs down the road, he's only got 2 halfpennies to rub together. We go on, don't worry about it, mate. Off you go.
As well as we should.
I want to ask you something, but I'm gonna save it for your interview.
Yeah, we got to save it for the interview because I have a ton of freaking questions.
Yeah. Real quick. So we have some good news and we have some bad news for the channel.
Go on.
The bad news is the schedule is gonna become quite complicated here shortly with the farrier business, and the wife just got hired on to a new job, and we've committed ourselves to 365 days. We're over 100 days in.
We're at 113
We're
today.
at 113, but here's where we are now. We don't know how we're going to be able to do this.
We're going to do it regardless.
We're going to find a way, but we're not. There's going to be more days than not of being in the studio.
Of not being in the studio.
Of not being in the studio.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to just do like a quick 30-minute or an hour chat from the inside of the house as we cook and lay our heads down to get ready to go to sleep, to wake up and do it all over again. So
invite people there. Or maybe when we go do horses, we'll go live there so they can see what we actually do.
Yeah, but a lot of things it's out of our control. And first and foremost, we have to make a living so we can keep doing this. So I don't think anyone's going to knock us on that.
No, nobody's going to knock you on. No, come on.
We weren't trying to sell a bag of goods like we weren't going to do the 365, but we knew ultimately
it was going to be hard.
Life was going to get in the way, and we have to make our money.
Now I have the added responsibility of keeping Kent's schedule on track, so I really need to focus on that.
It's got to be my part-time memory.
Yeah, literally.
And I think I'm going to start selling Marmite out the back of my truck.
Yeah,
to local people in Indiana.
You could sell it out the back of your ass. Nobody knows.
Well, I was going to say that's a bit of a euphemism, that isn't it?
No, I'm a great salesman, Robbie. I'm a great salesman, and I think I can do this. I think I can talk Marmite into anybody's palate.
What about Cressy's palate?
I'm not talking about a foreigner twat. I'm talking about
dang, Cressy, did you
good
hear
old
that?
Southern American people with no education.
So here's where we are.
Tell
with
them it's ammo.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go.
This
Very
is how they
sophisticated ammo.
This is how they make explosives, sir. You eat this,
Yeah.
you'll be a rock hard
You put
American
this
for
in
the
the
rest
bullet,
of your life.
boy.
Yeah. You'll impregnate your wife just by looking at her. You eat this shit.
Uncle Jerry's World says, we'll be here, rain or shine. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Uncle
Yeah.
Jerry's World.
Well, what
Yeah.
you got to remember is if you turn the phone on and look into it and go, "Hello, everybody. Here I am in the kitchen,
It counts.
Yeah.
scratching my ass
it's
or whatever,
alive.
making a coffee." That's still a
Your Marmite
broadcast.
lolly.
That still counts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm glad you said that because it was astonishing to us when we were sick during the holidays. It was Christmas.
Yeah.
We all three of us were getting sick, but just at like at different times. When Lamont just literally couldn't peel himself on the couch, and it was just Lamar and I, and it was Christmas Day, and we're like, well, what are we gonna do? Well, let me just go on the phone and we'll just do a quick live from the kitchen, say hi, tell everybody what's going on. We've had more views on that live
Yeah.
than on any other one.
What was it, like 300 by the time we were done?
It
We're only on for 30
literally
minutes.
less than that. It was less than
I
that.
wasn't talking about jack shit.
Yeah.
Well,
but
Robbie would tell you he done that broadcast on Sunday. This is this group of people
Mm-hmm.
that it goes across PSN and all the different shows. But
yeah.
Robbie said, "Oh, shall I stream that? Putting the drums together?" Going, "Yeah, go for it. It was you were
Yeah,
going to
it
just
would.
take occasional photos, wasn't it? Originally.
Well, I was going to do a time lapse on the iPhone,
Yeah.
and I thought,
Oh, that
So
would be
here
cool.
he is streaming this thing. It's a Sunday. It's
Yeah.
completely out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked me to come on and just help to keep things going because you're going to be
Talk to
bending
people.
over and sorting bits and pieces out. It's,
Describe
Kent
my
does it just
fat
fine
ass.
by
Yeah,
himself.
yeah.
What's wrong with you,
it's
Robbie?
just keep the flow, as it were. And how many people were watching this by the end?
Oh, I
Right.
bet you like 200 at least.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't-
I haven't checked.
It was
I just
quite
did
a
it.
few, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's an impromptu show, just pops up out of nowhere, and it's basically watching Robbie put a drum kit together
Mm-hmm.
in a cold garage.
But it says more about our audience who are sitting
Exactly.
at home.
Exactly.
Bored out of their fucking
Yeah,
skills.
and that's what I was telling
We did have our moments, of course, because with Lily got into next door's garden twice during the show,
Knocked your iPad off. Oh,
and
no,
then I
not
had
the-
to, yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm holding on to her on a lead while Fiona's trying to fix the fence, and
That's
she's
funny.
getting all carried away, knocks the SY 77 over onto the internet and disconnects everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But is the audience bored, Robbie, or is it just your friends watching you do something?
I
A
think
little from
Robbie,
column A, a little from column B.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think people. I think that's why like reality TV and stuff like that took off so much. Is because humans in general, are nosy, right?
Right.
And,
Unscripted
but-
is interesting, though. That's why.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, they want to see me fail so badly, like I did with the regen that time.
Okay.
They're just hoping for a repeat of that.
Right. So like when you're on the highway freeway and there's an accident, there's bumper to bumper traffic.
Fucking car
Why?
crash,
Because people
Yeah.
are nosy. They stop and look over. And I think when you literally just invite them in on a live on your phone in your
curious.
home,
They're curious.
they're nosy. They want to see more than just the studio.
Well, and also
Yeah.
YouTube is a place where you can do that. This is something where
Yeah.
TV, Hulu, Amazon, they don't provide a service
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Here in YouTube on a live, you never know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Or what accident you might walk
Yep.
in on or
Well,
And
it's like with Robbie when he was doing that regen video, and he just couldn't figure out how this fucking thing worked. And I'm watching this with him and going, I don't know how this fucking thing works either. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, nearly everybody who probably bought a regen went through exactly the same process, but we don't get to see that or hear about that. All right. So, Robbie's putting his face up for this, right? Big star. And But it's also done in a very honest way, because he could have taken the regen out, studied the shite out of it for 3 days,
Right,
and
yeah.
go, oh, look what arrived today in this
Yeah.
box, open the box, and then start being very prolific with it.
Yeah.
People don't do it like that. And that's only because the people in the chat know what it's like as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when Robbie's putting his face up, and it does, and it turns around and bites him in the arse. Yeah, everybody's taking the piss and all the rest of it, but that's because that's what we do. That's part of the entertainment. But we all know, would have been exactly the same, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think that's why when we did that poll and asked people if they wanted to see the recording of the next song from like the beginning from Ableton, or just wanted to see the mixing or the
chopping and
the
cutting
mixing
and
when Cressy and Scotty came in, everybody was like, no, we want to see it from the get-go, because they want to see that raw, real life, what's going to happen at a moment's notice.
Right. Hit the record button. Okay,
and
what happens
and
now?
go.
How many takes is this going to take? How many,
Yeah.
And also
What
there'll be
kind- are they
people
gonna
who will
have
go,
arguments?
who will feel better about themselves seeing you fail at a point that they had failed at, and they won't feel so bad about it.
Right. Well, and it also puts pressure on us too, because now you're like, I'm in front of people fucking this up. It's different if I'm with my brother or Marilyn here, and I'm taking as many takes as I want without the prying eyes of others.
Yeah.
But now that you have a multitude of people watch you, now it's the pressure's on.
And we only know so much. So I would imagine the pressure is on Cressy and Scott too, because now Cressy has to go and
has to walk us through
and
it.
He's like,
he
what
has
the
to
fuck are
push
these
his
guys
knowledge
doing?
to the test. And you know, we've chosen him to be lead producer on this, and Scotty's involved. And I mean, it's quite a very
exposing,
unique thing I've never seen.
And I think that's why people love it.
Right. But
I mean, out of this, you can get little jokes happen.
Right.
And some of these jokes
only when
stick.
you're on, Kent.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I
even
got my
now,
list
people
ready.
will say to me, "Oh, no, you know, somebody says, oh, I need a cable for this. Oh, ask Kent. I think he has a few extra."
Yeah.
After that unboxing of the System 55,
Yeah.
you know,
How many cables did you end up ordering? Like 200?
I think it was like 400 and something.
All the cables
Fuck.
in the world.
Christ. No wonder we couldn't get any. They're all.
I mixed up 1 and 10s.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't think Diddy mixes up his baby oil with any other oils.
Oh my God.
Mind you, you know, because I was able to give the tip: never ever buy a modular at 4 a.m.
Right.
That's
Unless
anything.
Unless you're Bicky.
or anything at 4 a.m. for that matter.
Yeah.
Didn't
Unless you
Bicky on a stream?
I think Bicky one time
This was
bought
like
something that like
months ago.
yeah, no,
months
yeah.
ago, he said he woke up at 3 a.m.
and accidentally
and
bought something on
accidentally
Amazon.
bought a synth or some shit.
But Bicky.
Accidentally.
Yeah, no, he did.
At 3 a.m. He woke up at 3 a.m. accidentally.
Yeah. Panda said at 3:59, you're fine. But I think Bicky, if I'm not mistaken, recently on a stream, I could have sworn he was the one. Maybe it wasn't him, and it was somebody else who asked. They needed an intervention with their debit card because they had just bought something again that they shouldn't have. I could have sworn
Sleep
it was
shopping.
Bicky.
Yeah.
Tracker like sleep shopping
shopping
is a thing.
That's
Yeah.
Bicky.
Okay, let me finish the good news and the bad news. Jesus Christ, guys. Okay, so the bad news, like I said, our schedule is going to be bonkers. I think Monday through Thursday are going to be the worst days for us.
Probably, yeah.
And I say that because
The farrier business
we
can
have
get busy.
most of our viewers on our analytics are UK viewers. We don't have a whole lot of US viewers.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of hardware jams and who we chose to associate with. I don't know. It's a weird thing from YouTube, and I don't know why we haven't picked up a lot of US viewers. Now, mind you, we start really early for the East Coast time, and it's even earlier for the West Coast, and a lot of people work. So we're not set up for prime hours for the US at all, which we're not really worried about, but it does tell us that we need to start figuring out
Well, it's going to force us to to work later.
Right. So it's going to force us to come on air later at 8 o'clock our time. If
or
we
earlier if
earlier
we can.
if we
Yeah.
can. But the weekends like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, some of those weekends we'll have to work because the life of a lameness farrier is hectic, and we're constantly on call 24/7 because you never know what a horse is going to get himself into. And a vet can call you out anytime.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's going to be some juggling that has to go on. I mean, we don't know how it's going to affect the channel at all.
But we'll work through it.
But we'll work through it, and we'll.
Before you finish, I just want to read what Panda said because I think it's just beautiful. He said, "You don't have to do the full 365. No one is going to hold that against you. It's 223 days as well with a break. Damn more than any of us done in a row."
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
exactly.
Shit. It's more than what we've done.
Yeah.
So building this album, what we ultimately have to do is get a hold of Cressy and Scott on the off time of the live and figure out what works best for them, because Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays, and maybe one other day out of the week is gonna be potential times for us. So we just don't know how. One thing is, I don't want to slow the album process down. So I just have to talk to these guys, and the wife and my brother and I will sit in here and get them on a private and figure that out. I don't think it's going to affect anyone who wants to feature on the album. So that is not going to be the issue. The issue is what days
Do we finish the album?
do we air these recordings
Recordings,
and the shit show on?
And that's always going to change, like
Yeah.
once the schedules
Right.
start getting going. So
Right.
nothing's really too solidified right now. It's just,
A heads up.
A heads up. Yeah. And I want to wait till Saturday to really go into this, but a while back, Cressy had mentioned he was getting back into the CDs, like the audio CDs, and burning images on them. And I really want to pick his brain about this, because for everyone who wants to feature on the album, I was thinking about like trying to figure out a way to get 8 or 16 physical CD copies for those that
Oh, we can definitely do that.
Participated.
Yeah.
feature. That way they have something artwork and
tangible.
something tangible.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like for each track, if we can like get a fold out or a book
Like a booklet.
for each artist on each track, or some sort of like
An insert.
yeah,
They
or some
call
sort
them
of monkey
inserts.
thing that you
Yeah.
can generate, or something that
Right.
Yeah.
signifies the player.
How close are you to having that full setup, Cressy?
Looking at it tonight, actually. So
okay.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on how many you do. If there's a cutting off, or there's a crossover point from doing like a handful to doing like over 100 to doing 500. You know,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
other thing is, how do you want it packaged?
Right.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it depends. You know, for what I want to do, I want a nice looking package.
Well,
Sounds bad, doesn't it?
Oh.
I know that.
moving on.
You mean
Dave.
like your picture that you have right there now?
Yeah. A bit like them red trousers. So yeah, it depends what you're going to do. Look, there's like digipacks and jewel cases, and there's all sorts of just cardboard fold outs, or you can just buy a jewel case and print the cover yourself if you wanted to, and you know, just take a guillotine to it if you're just doing like 5 of them. If you're going to do like 100 or 150 or 250, then you know, go to a service and they'll just do it all for you.
Yeah. Especially like artwork on the actual
Yeah, not just
CD.
like PDF templates. You just drop a picture. And they'll tell you where you can put text and where you can't.
Yeah, but artwork on the actual CD itself.
Yeah,
too.
they do on print. Yeah. Well, the thing is, even when I was working at SAQ, we did like tiny runs of stuff. So it'll be like a DVD of something, and we need like 50. We're not going to go to a service to make 50. I'll just knock 50 out on the Apple Mac, and then just get CD labels. Just print a CD label, and there's a little thing you put your CD on, and then the label just presses straight onto it, so it's like centered. And that was like years ago. I imagine they're still around. So dig them out. So it all depends on how many you want to do and what sort of quality, as in finished packaging, you want to do. I need to pick Robbie's brain at some point, because Robbie, I would say, knows a shit ton about box sets, and I'd like to talk to him about box sets at some point.
Right. I would say right now, no more than 16. But I mean, as we get prices, Cressy, and we start to realize how what we can do once you get more answers. It might change, and we might be able to do something for the entire Saurian community. So
depends if they want it. If they want a physical version,
a physical copy, and I mean, I know I do.
A list. It'll be on the list of stuff to do as it progresses.
Right. So so starting next week, we don't. There's no way we're going to know what the schedule is going to be, because it's always going to be like this malleable thing until it's not.
Oh, yeah. Like today was supposed to be day one of recording Starseed in Ableton, but we couldn't connect with Scotty this weekend, and then I had that fall.
Yeah, he's got a job on, doesn't he, with the Moog one?
And he only got 3 hours of sleep in like 3 days or something like that. The dude has been on.
Which is fine, and he felt bad, but like... You were telling him.
I told him we're going to be here all year.
Yeah.
So
everybody's schedule is
it's always
fluid.
changing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the cool thing is, like, when I told him we're going to be here all year, like, I really mean it. We're going to be here all year.
We're not going anywhere.
We don't have a set time.
You don't have to do stuff every day. You haven't signed a fucking contract to do that.
Exactly. This is a leisurely,
based
thing.
And
not necessary.
And that's the most beautiful thing about everything is what Cressy just said. You didn't sign a contract.
Yeah.
So if it's a year, I mean, if you think about it, if it takes
been 2 years.
If it takes a year, it's a year worth of content. That's
what I was just gonna say. Like, it gives us more content,
and we have like 30 songs to record. Like, that's a lot of fucking things to record and chop. And
there's a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs that people aren't aware of. There's songs that people have never heard that
and
are
we got to get them
recorded.
There. So if it takes a year, it takes a year.
And they're great songs. There's great songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have enough songs to literally do like 3, maybe 4 albums if we wanted to.
If they're long ass.
Yeah. However,
and a lot of them are.
Yeah.
The majority of them.
However, we are still in the market because we don't want to stop our popcorn night, right? So if there's anyone willing to DJ, if need be, we're going to try and always be there Friday nights. We don't see, we just don't know. But if there's anyone who wants to DJ popcorn night.
Panda already said he's game, and he would help streamline that because, they've done that with Hardware Jam. So
okay. Yeah, then we'll just leave it in his corner.
Yeah, he can hold my hand and help me do that. But this Friday is a special popcorn night.
Yeah, it's our birthday.
I'm super excited.
God, I feel so sorry for Simon.
Oh, why? Oh, you've been sick.
No,
I'm teamed with Simon.
Oh, yeah.
And he
it
says,
seems like when
he goes, "Oh, should we meet? Can we meet up this afternoon so we can work on this?" And I'm going, "Yeah. I'll see how things are and everything like that." And then I'm sort of like, next thing I know, I'm on the landing floor going, I don't know whether I can do this.
Right.
And the poor bugger, he's going, all right, well, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Wait until you're feeling better. Then we get together, and like we got together tonight, and we were doing some more to the track, which is here. The track is here at the moment. Very slowly coming together. It's very, very interesting. But I said, oh, yeah, I've got this set of chords. And he goes, yeah, okay, listen. And I'm playing the chords. And in this ear, I'm hearing the chords I'm playing. But in this ear, I'm hearing completely different fucking chords.
What?
Because all the other frequencies of the tinnitus is mixing in.
Oh.
And it makes it sounds really, really weird.
So you have to go mono on the best side.
So I was using the other headphones where you can actually disconnect the right-hand side. So I just hear it on one side.
Yeah.
And I said, I think you're going to have to do the mix. Because if I do the mix, everything's going to be all over one
Everything's
side.
going to be on the left side
Yeah.
for everybody.
And on the other side, there'll just be this mains hum. Yeah.
Every time we get a project going,
Just do it in mono.
Ken always
Yeah.
falls fucking ill.
Yeah.
Because when I was teamed up with Uncle Chrome, I got ill again.
Yeah.
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 I think I've been ill
on all the
more
collabs.
than off.
However,
Yeah.
Chrome saved your ass and made you look really good,
They
sir.
did.
Yeah, well, Chrome just said S.O.R collabs are killing poor Kent.
Yeah. I'll do another collab and go, my leg's falling off. What should we do now?
We're like, what the fuck, Kent?
Yeah, but poor old Chrome, because he sort of like crediting me on the track as well. And I had zero input with that thing.
Yeah,
That
but
was
you
all on
played
his own.
though.
But you played.
But you
Yeah,
played,
you
and that's the beauty, and that's why we call Uncle Chrome the monkey brain, because he figured out how can I get Kent on this
Yeah,
without
bless
him
his
literally
cottons.
like do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he that was just a brilliant idea.
Still one of my favorite tracks from that collab was that
Yeah.
what Chrome did. I thought it was so fucking brilliant.
Beautiful.
Yeah, how he was
Beautiful.
able to work that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Did-
don't. I.
did a brilliant job on that.
Yeah, I know you and Simon will do something amazing for this Friday. And
Yeah, what we've got so far.
yeah, nice.
Mm.
I'm excited because we didn't have a lot of people joining in for the collab. Everybody has 15 minutes for their songs.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you know what would be nice too, Robbie, if you can figure out not only the CD thing, but maybe some records.
I was just gonna say the LP. Before you start, because I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Who was telling us this? Was it Robbie or Kent that Jack White
Robbie.
has a
Robbie.
company where you can
He
get
has a
LP?
press.
So
Yeah.
do you send your audio file to his company to get your LP?
You would have to send. I don't know exactly how his service works, but I would imagine you would have to send your files in a particular format that they prefer, and they will probably provide a mastering service, because mastering for vinyl is completely different to mastering for CD or mastering for MP3s or whatever. So they would probably do that. So that, I guess, that would be built into the price. But there are companies all over. I mean, Jack White's one. There's companies here in the UK now that are springing up. I actually saw an advert for one the other day and went, "Oh, that's interesting," where you can do limited runs, minimal quantities. So most places would want you to do 100, 500, whatever. This place, apparently, you want 5, they'll do 5.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea about the cost. I mean, the thing is, the cost of making vinyl is going up because the price of everything is going up.
Right.
And it's ridiculous, but it all depends how, again, packaging comes into it, artwork comes into it, mastering, then there's the pressing, there's a lot to consider, but it can, it's completely possible. It's not like it used to be back in the day when you could go in and get 57 inches done in an afternoon for a couple of £100, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then you would have to walk around all the record stores and try to convince them to take a few off you to sell. So
Right.
back in the day,
The good old days.
the good old days. Yeah, but yeah, it's entirely possible, and that's for box sets. I mean, box sets are depending on your definition of a box set. If you wanted to do a little box set, it would be easier just to find a place that can print and create just a simple lidded box, so 2 parts, one slightly bigger than the other one, and then print a label, or maybe just you can have stickers printed that you can stick on the box, rather than doing going down the path of the entire die cut inserts.
Yeah, I've looked at boxes, and I think it's probably easier to put a sticker on it than it is to get a box printed.
Exactly.
Stickers are really cheap, like really cheap.
Well, it all depends. Yeah, I mean, I just bought some stickers to give away at Synth East, and I bought 2. I had 200 made, 3 by 3 inches, and that was about £75 for the 200. But you can get bigger sizes, and it doesn't. The price only goes up a little bit, you know. So you could get a 6x6 or a 5x5 because that kind of CD size, and then you could just slap them on the box. But if you start getting into the whole kind of die cut,
my main question is there like a standard box size that you found, or are they literally all over the place?
Probably the most common box sizes are the ones that are slightly bigger than 12 inches and 7 inches specifically for the vinyl. I mean, yes, some CD box sets. There seems to be a fairly popular format that is kind of the same dimensions, certainly in height and width, as a DVD case, but it'll be about 2 inches deep, so you can then put stuff inside that. So that they tend to be the more standard sizes. When you start looking at odd shapes and things, then it starts to get very expensive. And if you're doing die cut inserts and
what do you do with your box sets? Do you, when you get them home, if it's a thing you're going to play rather than just collect sort of thing,
everything
do you take the stuff out of the box and then what happens? You like throw the box away, or do you keep the box set?
No, so some box sets come. I could go and grab a couple of examples. So, for example, the Sign of the Times box set and the Diamonds and Pearls box set that recently, came out of the last few years. They come in these beautifully packaged, slide together components with all the records in them and the inserts, and the Blu-rays and the DVDs are mounted on 12-inch card within another gatefold.
They used to do like complete collections of that, right?
Yeah,
like because they used to get like complete collections.
The box set itself now comes in its own packaging that is printed per the artist, per the release. So the sign of the... Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Go and grab a call. Let's have a look. Exciting. It's interesting, isn't it? Because at the end, this is the end point.
Yeah.
This is what your goal is.
I also wanted him to...
final thing.
Yeah, I also wanted him to see Uncle Chrome's comment that he put.
Oh, Robbie?
Yeah, I want Robbie to see that.
Yeah, you can probably still get acetates of stuff. You wouldn't have to get an actual thing.
What explain, Cressy?
An acetate is a cheap way of making a record to test it, but it's got a limited amount of plays before you kill it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's what you do before you go and press 2000. You go and get an acetate, make sure it plays okay.
Make sure it can...
And then go, okay, let's go get a real one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well,
and the box actually says fragile on it.
God, I hope that isn't another region.
Lemon Life, my lady.
This was the packaging that the Sign of the Times, print Sign of the Times box set came. So it's got the logo.
Right.
And inside that was the foam inserts, and inside that was the actual.
Right.
Box.
Gotcha.
This was Diamonds and Pearls.
Right.
So again, the actual outer transportation packaging.
It's still sorted, isn't it? Wow. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they just made everything overall just very personalized.
Yeah, so twats like me keep those boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good reason.
They're
nice. They're
yeah.
cool box.
Yeah, they're freaking nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is the whole point of physical media. It's cool.
You know? I wish.
Right.
I really wish I had kept, because I had an array, a plethora, a cornucopia of tape cassettes. So many that, like, I wish. Remember, we had shoe boxes full of them. Why, oh, why did I get rid of them? I have no freaking clue.
We're fucking idiots. We think
idiots. I'm talking like classics like EPMD back in the day. Like, we had a bunch of hip hop.
Rolling Stones,
UB40.
Yeah.
It's the history behind it, right?
The nostalgia.
Yeah, the nostalgia. So, like, I literally just looked up right now because I wanted to see how much they're worth. But in the UK, I don't know if you guys have this in the UK or not. You probably do. But the Aunt Jemima syrup, pancake syrups, and the pancake mix.
Yeah.
So when the Rodney King stuff happened, they took away her.
No, it was not Rodney King.
It was,
George Floyd.
Or the
Floyd.
George Floyd, yeah.
When woke movement started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that piece of shit.
they removed her from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they removed the name Aunt Jemima. Now it's called something Pearl Company, Pearl something Hill Company. And now if you go and try to buy a bottle of Aunt Jemima where it still says Aunt Jemima and it still has her as their logo, it is now worth $184. One
It's a
bottle.
collectible now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very
Exactly.
fuck. So, yeah.
When that whole thing happened and they announced that they were going to remove her, yes, thank you, Uncle Cole, Pearl Milling
Milling, that's
Company.
right.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
When they announced that they were going to remove her, I went and bought a shit ton of boxes of the pancake mix and the syrup bottles.
But I think Cole or Keaton
Somebody accidentally
opened the
opened
damn
one-
Aunt Jemima
yeah.
syrup.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
now that I don't
that-
know, it still might be worth
it
something.
might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
But
do you want-
it's that nostalgia, right? From it, like
still have
history.
4 boxes
It's
unopened,
never going to
so.
happen again, right? So,
Yeah.
and like Robbie's boxes, how many people saved those? Not very many.
Not many.
Do you want to see this? This is the pinnacle, okay? So this
Here we
is
go.
a big. So I've kept everything.
Can we go full screen on Robbie?
Yeah.
Is that possible? That'd
Yep.
be cool.
Okay. So get this
Yeah,
out
thank you.
without damaging it. So this is
Holy shit.
Oh, I
Holy
remember this
shit.
one. Yeah.
Blondie, okay?
Wow.
And this has got everything.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And you take
It
the,
looks heavy.
Yeah. It's got. It kind of gets a vacuum lock on the lid. So that's the lid.
That's a nice box.
It
They
is-
made that box really well.
What year? What year, Robbie?
This came out about
All of
3
them.
or 4 years ago. So it collects together. You've got all these rarities and
All right.
Look at that.
alternate versions.
Bloody hell.
You probably have a
recreations of-
Japanese one and whatever, won't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's these home recordings,
All right.
and then
Fuck.
you've got the actual albums, which are all there, all the classics.
Bloody hell.
They're all. So anyway, yeah, I could go on. Then there's
Parallel
there's a
lines. Jesus Christ.
yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm getting a hard on now because it's down.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck
go
yeah.
on and show us.
Shit.
Let's
that the
let's
records
see it.
of Blondie?
Let's see
No,
it,
keep
Robbie.
I
squashing.
get
Italian,
Demon
Italian.
Sally.
Yeah,
There's a
Italian
10
stallion.
inch. This is a 10-inch of sort of like early versions of.
Those are
classic
really
tracks.
cool.
That
Look
is
at
How-
this. Wow.
There's this hardback book which has got loads of stuff and pictures, and some of the pages are stuck together. But
yes.
I wonder why.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
How much
a
did
lot.
that cost you when you first bought it, Robbie?
I got this. This actually cost me 200 UK,
Okay.
but it was I think it was going for a little more.
I
And then
bet you
you've got
remembered
this.
you
This
bought
is
it.
another
though.
book, but this book has also got 7-inch stuff in there as well.
Oh.
So,
Oh, nice.
And
And
what
it's-
was it? What was that collection called?
it's called Against the Odds, 74 to 82.
Oh,
That's,
wow.
that's what I'm talking about with your die cut inserts.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
is not cheap.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
But
You said
this-
about 200 quid.
I played 200 UK.
It's now almost double that.
Yeah.
If you go try and buy
this
it.
This isn't the most expensive thing in my collection.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks
that's
really
but-
cool.
It
It's really,
does.
Yeah.
Shit.
Looks really good.
So, yeah, but you haven't seen the pièce de résistance. Kent knows what's coming next.
Uh-oh.
Is it like
Yeah,
a
'cause-
lyric book or something?
Oh no.
Because I'm seeing that same box and everything right now. It's selling for $469.98.
Jeez.
Damn.
It's like that
So-
record collection. The record collection I got up in the attic when it's got cassettes and CDs. You know, just everything, right?
Shit, what is it going to be 10 years from now?
Right,
And
exactly.
I got a copy of My Boy Lollipop on shellac '78 and stuff like that. You know, that's
So
probably
when you
worth
take
at
the
least
polystyrene-
40p now.
Yeah.
When you take the polystyrene out, you
Oh, right.
unfold,
Yeah.
unfold the box,
There's a blonde.
It's
And
Blondie.
it's a poster.
and you get
wow.
a life size.
Move your mic, or move the box. There you
Or
go.
your hard on, whichever it is.
Oh, look at that.
Look at
That's fucking amazing, isn't it?
It's
Jesus.
brilliant.
They really
There
put
you
The
go.
thought,
Yeah, they
the
did.
thought that goes into
wow.
that.
So now we need to get 2 monkeys on the
Oh,
box.
yeah.
Full-size monkeys.
Sitting on a little island or something.
Yeah.
And an old twat with a cane.
Yeah, there you go. And then a mysterious woman in
You
the
know what,
background
Robbie?
with a whip.
You know what? That is fucking worth that money.
Get out of there.
That
Robbie.
is.
Yeah,
that
that
is.
is.
Yeah.
That's worth
Yeah.
more than 200 if you ask me, even at the
Right.
time you bought it.
Yeah. Who said it? Let's see. I think it was Uncle Crumb. Uncle Crumb said, if you need a day off, just let Robbie stream his record collection.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What do you mean a day? Probably a month.
Yeah.
Really?
Real.
It can do. Oh god, it can get a bit warm up there at times, but it's right at the back. There's this sort of like cold area, so it's all right. It's
Oh,
all,
so
the,
you're
all the
talking
albums all stacked up neat and tidy. in there.
He's
It's
talking
a
to
cool
Biggie.
area.
Okay.
Yeah. In an attic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he keep them?
My first synth is up there as well. Transcendent 2000.
Thanks for that. That was brilliant. That's
Yeah,
really
that
good.
was that.
Yeah, thank you.
I think the whole unboxing and everything at the very end when he showed the full
That's the
like
money
that
shot.
was, that
Yeah,
was worth it. That
that's
was
really
brilliant.
cool.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally is.
Yeah, it goes back to the conversation we were having about like your first album cover and like the thumbnails, like what's gonna grab people.
As a kid, I remember this album cover will always stick with me. Maybe it's just because it was our household, but it was the I don't name it. Maybe you guys can help me, but I think it was Billie Jean. It was the Michael Jackson album where he's in the white suit with the tiger.
Thriller.
Thriller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That fucking album cover.
And when you open it up,
Oh,
the whole of Michael. Yeah.
yeah, it sticks
Simple.
sticks
Yeah.
with me forever.
How many black artists? Luther Vandross did that same pose. Lionel Richie
Yep.
did that same. It's a classic thing, but Michael,
Oh, like it still sticks
Michael
with me.
was
Well,
knew how to do
what
style,
about
didn't he?
what
Yeah.
about the Beatles,
Well-
the Abbey Road? How many people recreated that one?
Right.
the
That is
first
such an
album cover that
iconic-
really caught my eye was probably with the Beatles, which is where you see the 4 faces but only half lit. So you have like John Paul,
yeah.
George, and then I think it's Ringo.
Oh
down.
yes, yes.
And it's just like they're lit from just one side, and it was just like, oh, that's amazing, because it was just black and white, it was pure and simple.
It's so artistic.
And then you see like Sergeant Pepper's and of course Abbey Road and even Revolver.
Didn't
and
Kiss do that too? I think Kiss did the same
So
thing.
many people have recreated Abbey
Yeah.
Road. So many
But
people.
those Beatles albums. Another one was Simon and Garfunkel's Bookends.
Oh,
which is
yes.
one of my
Shit.
all-time favorite albums ever.
Yeah.
Is that?
And
Would you please, Mrs. Robinson?
Yeah, Mrs. Robinson's on there.
Yeah.
And you've got like Paul Simon and then Art's kind of like doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing is just a beautiful black and white, simple image. And then the other one that really fired me up as a kid was Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier, because it's like literally the whole sleeve is just Adam's face.
Yeah.
In full, with the white stripe on the makeup and all this kind of stuff, but because it was a photograph
Of a video.
of a TV shot,
Yeah.
their promotional video for Kings of the Wild Frontier. So it had this, like this pixelated or kind of grainy image, and it just leapt, and he's snarling, he's doing, and it's just
grabs you. If you're in a record shop and you saw that, you're like a magnet, you just get drawn to it.
I remember my brother and I used to sit down in our mom's collection, and we would pick up some of the old Parliament albums
And Ohio
with
Players.
George Clinton.
You remember
And
the Ohio Players?
But wait, all the funky drawings, like with the girls
Yeah.
with the big breasts and
Yeah.
the
you open
acid.
that thing up and it's like covered, isn't it? Yeah, there you go.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's
Yeah.
one. Okay.
And you see that, and as a young impressionable teenager, you go, "Fuck me, I want to be him."
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I did. I mean,
1981-ish, something like that.
80 December 80 that came
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
I
And
love how
I-
the D is backwards.
yeah. It was just little things, and
I saw
and-
him in concert.
Yeah,
They were literally the record been out in the charts weeks, and
Oh, they were huge.
he stopped the concert. He stopped the gig halfway through and asked all the front row to stop spitting at him. Because at that time, the punks were getting involved in.
Well, the punks hated Adam because Adam had been a punk.
Yeah.
And then
But there was some dedicated punks that followed through, but they still wanted to do the spitting on stage bit. Yeah, he's all going, no, mate, stop, give it a rest. And he turned around and he said to this audience, ants don't spit. And do you know what? I think there was more groans in the audience than anything else. Because it was the way he said it. Ants don't spit.
Oh, yeah, he's very kind of South London.
Yeah. And the whole front row go, Waggo!
But the thing is, today he still goes up on stage and puts in a performance like he did.
He's nearly 70.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah,
he's
not
young.
There's way
Looks
more
like a wrestling tag team,
funky.
really, though, doesn't it?
Funk dubious.
Was he 58?
Yeah.
So,
Looks like a WWF tag team.
Yeah, but man, those Funkadelic albums, they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
they were like the. I mean, to me, what Parliament and Funkadelic were, they were prog, just like Yes and Genesis. They were progressive.
Yes.
I'm trying to find that cover album.
And you look
Funkadelic
at covers.
But I think Bootsy Collins is probably on.
Oh, Bootsy, man.
Oh, fucking hell.
You look at Yes covers, Genesis covers.
Oh, yeah.
Big gatefold sleeves. You open them out, and then you sit there and you're looking all the little details. Like if you look at Foxtrot, you're looking for all the little bits. Same with the Funkadelic stuff.
Because that was the only way you could be close to the artists is to to see what they were thinking or
And it was a way for the artist to communicate beyond just the sound.
right.
Yeah.
They didn't have videos as such. So.
I think it's cool when the artists put something we call it Easter eggs, like little little hints of little things, right? I think is really cool.
Yeah.
When they do that on the cover albums, I think is pretty badass.
I remember when I went to go see Incubus live at the Malibu View House, and I didn't know he had a brother, and they were singing and doing their thing live. It was like right when Incubus came out, and then his brother came out with a band called Hoobastank, and I was like, just to see him live before they really, really were big was amazing. And the artwork they had on their album, which I think is called Morning View, it was amazing. Like just to see it and then go, okay, you look at the album and it's like, it's not far off from their lifestyle. They're giving you a sneak peek in like what they like to visualize and what maybe you should visualize.
The Fungus Among Us album.
The Fungus Among Us album, yeah.
Best track on that Morning View album is "Are You In?" I just
Oh yeah.
the whole vibe of that track.
Yeah.
And his voice is just incredible.
Oh, they were so good live, Robbie.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to go see, when my brother and I went to go see Sublime live before Bradley passed, the lives were shit. He sounded like shit. The band sounded like shit because they were all fucking stoned and coked out and
drunk, and Bradley was on heroin at the time.
But when you go to see bands like like that's another album, Rage Against the Machine, where it had the white superhero on the cover,
The Evil Empire,
and the self-titled one with the Burning Man in the middle of the road,
the Immolation,
right? Yeah, it made you seek out. Well, what are these images about? What are these people about?
Right.
You know, yeah.
What makes you want to put a picture of a man who has purposely poured petrol and set a light to himself to protest something he believes so fucking
much
strongly?
Right.
I mean, it's the perfect image for that album because Rage Against the Machine did exactly what it said on the tin.
Yeah, they raged against the machine.
Yeah, and they had a political stance in which my brother and I followed closely, almost like Henry Rollins and Black Flag. Like there's an unjust going on, and there's this thing that's unsaid, right? And Zach had a way and
Get that across.
And people were just saying, "Oh, he's just yelling," but it's like, no. The reason why he's yelling is because he's literally trying to tell you to wake up, wake up. You know, and I love how they got their message across by protest, and they didn't use violence. They didn't even condone violence, and they even, in most cases, would stop their fans from burning the American flag while they would do their concerts, because it wasn't about destroying the evil empire. It was about waking up to the
Overthrowing
empire
it,
and you know, and making it better. You know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful band who had
Tom Morello's a beautiful man.
my
Great
God.
guitar.
Even Tom, what's Tom's last name?
Morello.
Yeah, not Tom, but the bass player. God, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah.
Tim.
I was the one that
Tim
hit
Waterford.
my head. What's
Tim
going on?
Waterford. Yeah.
Yep. Which recently just beat cancer.
Mm.
And
Well,
he's-
I've just been down the buying old media route. I managed to get hold of out of the blue on
Tim Comerford. I'm sorry, Comerford, not Waterford. I'm sorry, Kent.
That's all right.
Thanks, your baby.
Managed to get hold of
Shababy's
out of the
job.
blue on 8-track
Mm.
because I bought an 8-track for the Muzzy because I want to try and keep it as original as possible. It didn't have a stereo FM radio, and I've put I got this AM and stereo 8-track player. It was broken, but I've got it working. And I go, well, I'm going to have to get an 8-track for it. And I managed to find out of the blue. I thought, yeah, okay, that'll do.
Friend of mine, I think you might know him, Colin Crawford. He's a piano tuner down in Gloucestershire, but he's a big synth nerd as well.
Yeah.
And he has this kind of band that, I mean, they haven't done anything for years, but it's kind of an honor thing called the Sunday Club. Sunday spelt like ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
And they put out a release a few years ago where they collaborated with Matt Berry, who is obviously a very well-known comedian or comedic actor and musician over here.
Yeah.
And they released it in a variety of formats. So they did a white vinyl 7-inch single. They did a 10-inch shellac 78 pressing. And then they also did an 8-track cassette.
Oh,
But
right.
not only that, Colin went out and found a whole bunch of, I can't remember, was it 5 8-track players,
Yeah.
restored them, and then sold them along with the 8-track cassette as a super limited edition thing. So you could buy the there was like an EP, so like 4 tracks on it, and you could buy the 8-track player with it. It had been fully restored, to proper, full working order. It was such a cool little thing to do.
Yeah, because I had toyed with the idea of getting one of the,
we could be
like
done
the
now if you want.
sharp
But the headache is getting bad.
front room ones
Okay.
and deconstructing it to fit in the car. But I go, no, I've got to get a car one. The car ones are so rare.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, they're just so rare. People just took them out and threw them away.
Yeah,
I remember
my
our
dad
dad.
had
If you're not very well, we can wrap
We'll
up.
knock it on the head, darling.
Yep.
Oh,
think
that's
they're-
probably the worst expression I could have come up with.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, fire.
Well, it's common if you have a little concussion, the headache, and then nausea kicks
Oh my God,
in.
it's starting to kick in.
I think
Yeah.
she's getting a little
I'll knock it on
dizzy.
the head, darling. Go and
Yep.
put
Yeah.
your
Way
head down and
dizzy.
rest.
What we can do before we get out of here is I heard Kent was gonna play something to that new jam we wrote, and I really want to get this on the album, but Cressy is like we're gonna do other things first.
Shut who in the what now?
we can record anything we want in Ableton. Fuck Cressy.
No, but
And that's not the
no.
concussion
No.
talking.
Sounds like a bonus.
no. You're miss. You don't understand what I'm talking about. But I don't want to bury things. And he said this a while ago. We're gonna easily bury things, and I don't want to bury things.
Yeah. We just have to keep a record of
we
everything.
we just have to go in an order, and that I blame Bicky for that, because he was like, "Is this gonna be on the album, Cressy?" Cressy's like, "No, Bicky, we got plans."
Why do you sound like Bicky?
Because I had time to study that motherfucker. But I heard Kent playing to the new track, and he only played like 5 seconds worth, and I was like, "Oh."
Some
hell
ideas.
did I do now?
I said, oh, Kent he's feeling this one. He's
A
back.
groove.
He's back to his old tricks. I see. Starting to feel a little bit better. So I don't know when we're gonna get.
I said the other day that you've probably got a list, but you've got some recent jams. They might end up being on the album, and your list might get completely fucked over.
Yeah.
But you said
Until
a
you get them
month.
recorded, you don't know how they're going to turn out.
Yeah,
Right.
but you said also a month ago, don't start burying your shit, and
Right.
that's exactly what we were gonna do. So, but this one is called Tracker Bap, and him and I are playing it just so we can remember it and get it under our fingers, and it's always evolving.
But since Kent is here, I see where you're going with this.
you know what I mean? Like, do you wanna touch it a little bit, Kent?
Kent,
Like,
just make sure you take your headphones off on the right side and keep them on your left.
The thing is, I have no idea what track you're talking about.
Oh,
At
well,
all.
you'll hear it. You'll hear it right
there
now.
goes your fucking memory right there. You
Yeah.
just proved it right
I'm
there.
just like the who, whatever. What?
That's okay. We'll play it now.
Okay.
Who signed up for this, by the way? I know we got Tracker Jack.
Dyson.
Dyson and Tracker Jack is going to be the
On this
featuring
one?
guest. Yes.
Oh, Dyson did say this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Tracker will be on this. It's named after him.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as we record this, Panda, we'll ship it off to you.
For quote unquote educational
Yes.
purposes. Uh-huh.
Basically a remix.
Yeah.
But either Robbie, Kent, Cressy, you guys got something plugged in? Let's jam this out. Come on, Cressy. Or use your voice, Cress. You know I love that sexy voice with that big package.
Got anything else?
And those
What?
apps.
Off it.
Even your cough sounds good.
Get in there, Ken. Oh,
Ooh.
step it up.
I think I just heard
It's a
I think what Robbie was doing there. That sounded nice.
go.
Oh God, Panda. Panda said the bass line is speaking to me. It's saying, please, Sam, please tickle me with overdrive saturation of a big fat filter.
Panda Man.
Oh God, too much looking down. I can't look down for any length of time.
Mm.
Ooh.
Don't look down. Let your fingers be your eyes. Make mistakes, it's okay. Let your fingers do the work. Find the force, Kent. Use the force.
Right now, I think I know how Kent feels.
I bet you do, too.
Yeah. Oh my
And
god.
just think of yellow pages. And your fingers do the walking.
Did you see what Recon put? He said, I may or may not be vibing with this and dropping the rhymes.
Do what you gotta do, my boy. Send it.
Thank you, Robbie. Thanks, Kent.
No props, mate.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for showing up, everyone.
Beautiful.
If
Thank you.
if you missed the schedule, go back to the beginning of the show. We kind of explain what's going on with the show. It's going to be very, very malleable from here off. A lot of things are changing on the home front, and we're just having to prioritize financial over studio. So we're still going to do the 365. We just don't know in what format we're going to do this, but we will do this one way or another. And then Sam, we will get a hold of you on Discord to see about the whole DJ thing. Maybe you can head that up and be in charge of the popcorn night when it comes time for that. Robbie, thank you. Kent,
Thank you.
I hope you
Welcome.
get better every day, sir. We missed you on this.
Kent, I'll send you your schedule tomorrow.
Yeah, please, if you would.
You're
I
welcome.
need to know what time I'm supposed to get up.
Yep.
And,
When your eyes open.
Cressy, and brush your hair before you go to bed and brush your teeth.
Yeah. Biscuit, thank you. And everybody else who showed up. We
Thanks, Robbie,
appreciate
for
you.
coming
Thank you.
on too.
Thank
you
you.
for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chrome, for always being with this channel and staying up late and doing your moderation. Steve bounced. Thanks to Panda and Angie. Good to see you, Lemon Lifer.
Oh, yes. Hope to see hello soon. We miss you guys very much.
Yeah.
And we're going to get out of here.
On that note, yes.
We'll see.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Playing C more often.
He's in plain sight.
Well, that was actually D, but okay.
I know. I had to adjust.
For fuck's sake, Kent.
Bye.
Take care.